Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean, and he's been the voice of over a million ohm recordings throughout the world. Yes, and yes. So, Jason, welcome to the show. He is a author these days, a reverend. He teaches all over the world. He is the Ohm Tarot Wizard. He's awesome.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you,
Jason.
Tara. Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you. And it's always a privilege to be here and to talk about all things spiritual.
Yes, all things spiritual. It's great. So today we're going to talk about autumn cornucopia. And so it is Mabon, the fall equinox. Yeah, the autumn equinox. So today is the first day of fall. And it is the time of that darkness starts in the world. In our world, in the northern hemisphere, actually, it's the time of light in the southern hemisphere. But for us up here in the northern hemisphere, it is the time of darkness.
I've been
And
noticing
so,
that too. I mean, have you like just kind of your own internal clock, like when it's like 6 o'clock here and it's starting to get dark and it's like, well, it feels like it's what, 9 o'clock now?
because it's, yeah, getting chillier and everything. And we were so hot in
Mhm.
Los Angeles this summer that, I mean, gosh, it was just crazy temperatures. And now we're all of a sudden, it's just like overnight, it went to chilly weather. So it snowed yesterday in Big Bear.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
it was hail, really, but it was, it was an inch thick, yeah. And I thought, oh, glad I don't have my ranch up there anymore. It's like, oh, yeah, pelting down hail. Yeah, but I've loved everywhere I've lived.
I
Had
definitely went
houses.
from t-shirt and shorts to long sleeves and pants, with
Yes,
the cold. But it came
right.
on just like that, it's just like
Mm,
overnight.
yes, just like that.
And not to
Yeah.
say that we won't have our 100-degree days again, that
Yeah,
just
there's supposed to be
interspersed.
a few 90 plus days next week,
Mhm.
but which is weird because we've gone into the fall season and, have to deal with heat like that.
I know it's like we're already prepped for,
Yeah.
for autumn.
Yes. Yeah. We're all getting into the autumn mood, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. The autumn colors and Halloween will be coming up, which is so wonderful. Always so much fun.
It's one
Yeah.
of my funnest times of years.
Funnest.
It's one of my
The most
bestest.
fun. The best is the
It's the
funnest,
bestest. It's the betterest
the loveliest.
t
Yes.
time of year. Yeah, is Halloween.
Mhm.
It's funny. I was talking to a a son of a friend. It almost sounds like kind of naughty. You son of a friend. Um, but
Yeah.
but Halloween, it's a time to like take on like an alter ego, right? It's
Mhm.
usually you're one person like 364 days out of the year, but on Halloween you get to, be that magical being or the superhero or the um express a different side of yourself.
Mhm.
And so he was like telling me about what he liked to do. And it's for me, it's like, I'm the wizard like 364 days out of the year. So who am I like on that one day, it's like
Right. Used to be
doing something
Zoltar.
different.
So it used to be the same thing.
When I was working at the Queen
Yeah.
Mary and all during the Dark Harbor season, yeah, I'd be like still, the fortune teller. Um,
Right.
but now it's I can be anonymous, right? I can just kind
Right.
of like maybe I just hide out, take a day off.
Right. I don't know. This year it falls on Friday the 13th, I heard.
How is that possible
Oh,
though?
not Friday the 13th. What was it?
Well,
What
I
was
saw
the
a meme the other day where it's like, oh, for the first time in a long time, Halloween falls on Friday the 13th, and it's
Yeah,
like,
what was
well,
that? Oh, I
that's
did see that same
impossible,
meme. I did. I see. I fell for it too. Yeah,
right? Just go, that is so weird.
that's
Ooh,
so
and my
weird.
name is
Since it's
Jason.
31st. Yeah. Great.
It's just like
Yeah,
inverted a little bit, but it does fall on a Friday, right?
I must. Yeah, I haven't checked.
I haven't checked either. I mean,
Is it a full moon, maybe? No, it's not a full moon either.
yeah, that
Mm-mm,
doesn't seem.
it's not. It's not everybody. It's not a full moon. No. I mean, I can tell you when the full moon is. It's right here in my ephemeris.
Yeah,
Yeah. Keep my ephemeris right here by my,
right there on your desk.
right here on my desk. Right.
Well, you've got the
So
full moon behind you
yeah, I got the
too.
full moon behind me. Let's see. The full moon is going to be the 17th. It's going to be 24 degrees Aries, full moon. Yep, it's the 17th. And then the new moon is on the 2nd with an annular eclipse, which remember, the Native Americans, they always use the shadows of the moon, the solar eclipses. And they would stay inside. They would never let them like see them,
Mm,
feel them. But in, you know, really Celtic folklore and stuff, it's more it's the time of gifts that whatever is going out is going to gift you. There's a gift. So solar eclipse are always great. Lunar eclipse, not so much. You should choose what you want going out. Yeah. And so
interesting.
we just had a lunar eclipse. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we were out in Los Angeles. We were out in Beverly Hills. Actually, we were walking
Hmm.
around. We were strolling around with Ananda, our
Yeah.
dog, and it was like just like a little bit of like a taken like there was a bite taken out of the top of
Right.
the moon. That was like the
Right. Because it
most
was
that
only
we
a
saw.
partial. It was a partial. And I thought I mean, it was Elvis. Elvis came to say hello.
Now
It
you're gonna
was
have to
like,
explain that.
wow.
Why
Oh,
you thought it was
it
Elvis?
looked like a face and looked like a smile and looked like dark hair. And it was like, hey, it's an Elvis sighting.
It's like, oh Tara, how you doing, baby? Here to like shine my glory upon you,
Upon the world.
or just you, right? It's like we can like,
Uh,
I just see Elvis.
I was
That's
just
just for me. It's
I was
like,
just making
oh,
jokes.
okay, Tara,
Yeah, like somebody with dark
Elvis.
hair, like, oh my God, who's projecting themselves on the moon? That'd be the next thing. Is we'll see projections on the moon. Like they're gonna put a movie.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, why not? It's like, but it'll be advertising. It's like the
Yeah.
moon brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. You know.
Right. Right. That's hilarious.
Well, until
And
it's not,
until
until
it's
we like,
not.
until we ban it, for being like too crass.
Mm, yeah. Well, they should leave the moon alone and, keep it going nicely for our orbit.
That's right. No one touched the moon.
Well, they used
It's
to
like,
bomb the moon. No doing it. No
don't
doing
do
it.
it. Don't do
Don't do
it. Don't
it.
do it.
Yeah, and we want the moon to be our beautiful spotlight for the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
No, I just remember when I was at the Strawberry Festival, which is and there was a full moon. And Strawberry Festival, it had to be like 15 years ago. And it was up in Yosemite and we were all camping. And a lot of Grateful Dead heads would come up for the Strawberry Festival. And so some Deadhead was saying to somebody that Jerry Garcia was up there in the moon. And do you see it? And it was just like, I was riveted by, really? Okay. So that's why I made the Elvis joke. It was,
Okay. Well, but you could have like, said that's not Jerry Garcia, that's Elvis. And then like
well, no, no,
start a
the
big
partial
like
eclipse looked
ruckus
like
there.
dark hair. And it was like, well, there you go. It's Elvis.
It's like his pompadour kind of coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I just thought, oh, there you go.
Was it young Elvis or was it 70s Elvis?
I don't know, Jason. It was probably just him. All right. You can take your pick of what year it was. Yeah. What part of his life? What would he want you to see? Who would he want you to
Which
see
version
him
of
as? Which
Elvis,
version?
right,
Right.
was the eclipse?
Right.
Maybe that's a poll that you like, like you have on your social media. That's like
Right.
just
Right.
post a picture
Did
and
you
say,
all see Elvis posing on the moon?
right,
Right.
is
With the
this the
eclipse,
hound
the
dog
dark
Elvis
hair.
or is
Yeah.
this suspicious minds Elvis?
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway,
How did we get on that topic?
the moon. It's the full moon.
Oh, the moon. That's right.
And Jerry
And
Garcia.
wasn't
Jerry
that like
Garcia is
folk
on the
folk
moon.
music, like the
Yeah.
Strawberry Festival?
Yeah, it was kind of folk music. Yeah, folk music. Alternative folk music. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure they
Yeah,
still
but
do
it's a
it.
great. I don't know. But it's beautiful. It was beautiful. Yosemite, and it was the greatest camping, I swear. I mean, we would set up tents for us and the kids, I was married at the time. And then we'd go, instead of having to cook our food and everything, we'd go to the cappuccino truck in the morning. You'd just take a stroll and get your breakfast, whatever kind of breakfast you wanted, because there was about five trucks out there that you got to choose from. So
So no camping or cooking over the fire,
no,
no bacon
no,
sizzling over a
mm-mm.
campfire kind of thing.
No, you went and you had your food, and yeah, it was just so nice. It was really camping. It was great camping.
It's glamping.
It was glamping. Glamping at its very finest. Yeah. Where, you slept on an air mattress and in the tent, and oh yeah. No, it was great.
That was
And
like on the valley floor of Yosemite.
no, it was right at like right before you got to Yosemite. Like the North Gate, it would be right before that.
I see. I
Some
see.
Meadowlands or something. I don't know what it was called even. I can't, I don't remember that far back, although I have lots of pictures and lots of, so I'm sure I, have it archived. But
I think
and the
I think if we
kids.
if we take photos and stuff, if we take video, then we don't have to like store it in our head so much.
No, no. And it was fun, but it was I was going along as a good wife. They he liked great folk music and stuff, so
Mm.
yeah.
All right. Change of subject. As far as the cornucopia, right, of
Cornucopia.
autumn, where it's like they say that the equinox, the autumn equinox, it's a time of balance, of transformation, but also one where one looks back to see what they've accomplished and all. And I think that one can, if they're pleased, right, they can celebrate, with their accomplishments. Um, that time of, just generally like acknowledging your progress in life.
Well, it's a time of feasts too. You're feasting on all the Sabbaths. They're just really fun that way. And so these holy days, which are considered holy days, they're just the movements of our natural world. All the moon, all the, how it goes in each of its phases, as you see it behind me. And um, so, the it gets less and less light. So we're in the, going to celebrate the summer. And your summer celebration comes in as what did you have as the best time this summer? And I know that I have great memories of this summer. I had an incredible summer,
It's like
like
that
a little bit
summer like
crazy fun.
essay, that essay
Yeah.
time when you'd come back into school
Yeah.
and you'd write about, what you did on your summer vacation.
Yeah.
So what do you celebrate from your summer?
What do I celebrate from my summer right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
As far as what was the great, well, I went on a trip across the US with Everest, my grand angel, and then I and we hit 9 states. But then Cheyenne came home from France, and so her and we went to 5 more states and to Canada. Plus, I went to France and Switzerland and England too this summer. So it was just like, okay. Yeah. I mean, I was traveling. I traveled and then went to Tennessee too. So
And,
I don't know how
just
many states I was in. Yeah,
spending that
16, I
quality
guess.
time, spending
Yeah,
that quality time
15.
with your with Everest and
Oh my
Cheyenne.
gosh.
It's like,
She never asked, not once. Everest did not ask, are we there yet? Not once. Yeah, but I try to make it kid friendly. Like we're gonna stop here. Let's look on the map. Let's look at there. You're in charge of the radio. You know. So there was good radio signal all the way, and she's really cute about what music she likes. And so, I she was in charge of the radio. I gave her that to be in charge. And she just loved it. We had a blast, just a blast. We
you
get along really
imagine
well anyway, but oh my gosh, we just had such a great time.
can you imagine our dad like saying, okay, whatever you want to listen to on the radio, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
He would have like jettisoned himself out of the car while driving,
Well,
if he had to
yeah,
listen to our music.
right. Right. Yeah, that and then Cheyenne, her and my trip too was absolutely fabulous. And then on top of that, we stayed 5 days with my Malibu girlfriends in Idaho. One of my friends has a beautiful house up there on a lake. And so we went out on the pontoon boat and, it's 1,100 feet deep. And Mary put her foot on my back and pushed me into the lake because, people are that comfortable with you to just have fun.
It's like, get in the water, yo.
Get in the water, yeah. Because I was like, it's 1,100 feet, huh? And you're like, yeah. Anyway, yeah, but it was nice and warm. It wasn't too cold even, and which was nice. And then all went on a bike tour, the Hiawatha Trail. And I don't know if anybody's been on the Hiawatha Trail, but it is fantastic if you ride a bike. It is very, very dark. The only thing that I wish I had known before is to take a headlamp on like a beanie or something, because the train tunnels are very cold, and one is 1.6 miles long, and you can't see a blasted thing. They just have a little bike light, and it's you can only see if you're going to run into a pothole or something. Yeah, and there's two moats of water on the sides of you, and so I mean, I'm sure people spill and don't do well having a bike accident. And but it was fun, blast. And you get all muddy. And then and you go over all the trestles and all over uh the uh uh caves, the tunnels. And I think there's 10 tunnels. And you have to go through the 1.6 mile tunnel twice. Yeah. So, because what happens is you go through it, you go all the way down to a a place where then you catch a bus and you go all the way back up, but it's before that big long tunnel again. And and then you're on the cliff sides, I mean, I remember it well, like being in Denali, in Alaska. You look down the mountain. It's like, great. We're in a school bus in the mountain road, dirt road.
On
But,
on a like a one lane road that's,
hmm
just
right.
just
But
hugging the
you've
side of
made
the
it.
mountain.
Yeah, you made it there. So you figure out, it's going to be great. And it's great. So then you go back through. It's all wonderful, really. We had a blast.
It's an
And
adventure.
I would recommend it to anybody who rides a bike. Yeah. But you have to know how to ride a bike for sure. Because it's miles, miles, miles in mountain biking.
So you have to be
Mountain biking
in good
style.
shape. You
Yeah,
can't
you should
just
be.
like,
Well, it's in the mountains. It's like 7,000 feet or something. Yeah, I'd say
oh,
it's not exactly. Yeah, you should be in. It was in Montana. We went to Montana and did that. Yeah. So, yeah, the Hiawatha Trail.
hmm hmm
Yeah. But fun. Yeah. Say you did it. And yeah, yeah, I liked it. And deer, you saw some wildlife. Wouldn't have wanted to see any bears, but we did see bear. I
Well,
mean,
that's
deer.
why you didn't have the light in the tunnel there, so that you didn't see the
You
bears
didn't
lining
see
the
him.
sides, waiting
Right.
for you to
Come
take
in
a
and get a
spill,
drink.
you know,
Right. Oh, yeah. No, I know.
just so like, oh, thank you.
I
It's
know.
like,
And luckily, there's like a little waterfall as you come out of the tunnel because we're all like in it, like trying to get all the mud off of us. Yeah. And it was a great day because it was July. So it wasn't too cold, wasn't too hot, up there in the mountains that high.
yeah, 7,000 feet though. That's just with your own breathing and stuff. If you're not
Right.
used to being acclimated to that, then
Well, blood
you can
pressure,
get,
everything. You have to be careful.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to exert some energy, and especially being in that dark tunnel, all of a sudden you're like, "Ah," because you don't see the tunnel, you don't see the light on the other side. It curves and stuff. You don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. You don't see what's along the walls or anything. Nothing. Yeah, you're in like darkness with just a little tiny light. And then, they were returning too. So you have to watch out that, it's two-lane highway, people coming at you with their little teensy light. And yeah,
Yeah,
it was
hopefully it's working on their bike, right?
right. Yeah. Well, it has to because otherwise I don't think you could get through it. Unless you went with like a group of people that you could see
Right.
there
Or you had a
who
headlamp or
waited for you.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you had one of those headlamps or would like just seeing the light in the beanie, that would really help, I think. But yeah, because I would have liked a full-on lamp. Yeah. So I could have seen the walls. Because you could only see the walls every once in a while if there was like somebody coming at you and you could kind of see the other side of the wall and you could see the water because there was water trenches on each side.
Uh,
So, you don't only had so much room for to maneuver the bike in the dark with people coming at you. And there's no 911's gonna be a long time. So, yeah. You should, yeah. It was fine. We had a blast. We really did.
so your summer vacation, that was like it sounded like amazing,
Yeah. And then we went into
adventurous.
Canada. We went to Travis's house. And then Travis talked me into bringing his dog home. So the dog took the whole road trip back with Cheyenne and me. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when you think back about it, right? As far
Yeah.
as like taking like the again that gratitude and being able to like synthesize that, right? To
Right.
integrate it.
Right.
And I think we do that sometimes for we convert it into fuel for the next adventure, so that we stay open
Hmm.
to what's ahead, what's
Yeah,
coming up
what's
for
ahead?
us.
So
And
what was your, it should be, not just I went on and on about my summers. How
yes,
about
you did. You
yours?
did. Mine is
What's
a
your
little bit more
favorite?
abbreviated, but
Yeah.
it's like in the realm of uh, work, or what I call the work, which is the spiritual gatherings, the workshops, it's like I've been doing new things, everything from a once a month tarot salon in Venice, to the spiritual mentoring classes with
Hmm.
my friend colleague Tracy Brown, where we work with people on helping them connect with their own spiritual source, and to expand in um, their own gifts, and to not just make it about a modality where it's tarot or um, mediumship or whatever, but to get to the real foundational aspects of spirituality. And to be in that is, it's like it's very foundational. It just kind of gets you um, connected, reconnected to what's at your own core, so that you can kind of expand on that to be more um, adventurous for the next opportunity that is showing up. um so that's mainly what I'm very grateful for, are these experiences of how the work changes up, how it's not just
Hmm.
the same routine, how one just
Oh,
gets
I
into
know.
a comfortable groove, and then you're just coasting in that, and then all of a sudden you're in a rut, because it's like, God, I'm just doing the same
Mhm.
thing over and over and over and over, and I'm not challenging myself, I'm not growing. And it's important to grow. It's important um to change it up, so that you're not just in the same, just that grind, because that's what
Right.
anything, even if we love it, it will, will um, get too comfortable in that sameness of it, and then it will start to get at us. It's like
Right.
relationships, right? It's like, find ways to take a really great connection, and change it up, from time to time, do some different things,
Yeah.
you know um go out to a different restaurant, rather than the same restaurant every
Hmm.
Friday night or whatever. It's like, it's okay to change things up a little bit, and to not get stuck. Don't get
Yes.
stuck. Don't get stuck.
Yes. It's not to get stuck for sure. Well, and it's always good to, keep up the romance because we get so tied down into doing, the same things, same routines.
Mhm.
But, well, definitely. I did the past the 21 days this summer as far as breaking routines for sure. But yeah, on the road, but it's great.
Yeah, and it's not always an easy thing to do. It's like sometimes we just have to see what it is that we can do, and just kind of
Right.
um, find the point of difference, or a point of departure from, again, like a routine that um, sometimes we need to be in a place of discipline, where we're
Hmm.
heading towards a specific goal. Sometimes we can't allow ourselves to break from that, so that we can get that one goal done. And there's no judgment on that, right? But
Oh yeah.
if we're um, in that place of either redefining what our goal is, if we're needing to enhance it, sometimes we need to have these places of where we can see it clearly. And
Mhm.
sometimes that's like just kind of stepping out of the habit or the pattern that would keep us locked in to
Right.
just doing the same thing over and over. And you know, being able to see it from another viewpoint,
Mhm.
and then kind of reconnect with it as needed.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So I pulled a card that it's like what
For
the essence.
Mabon,
Well, just it's not like a card that I just pulled like blindly like most tarot.
right?
It's one that represents like the harvest,
Oh, look at
right?
that. Beautiful. Yeah. There is. All's well that ends well in that one. Yeah. What do you
It's
get with that?
well, it's the Three of Cups,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And there's literally like the cornucopia, of fruit and vegetables, maybe mostly vegetables, actually, now that I look
Hmm.
at it. Although pumpkin, is that a vegetable or is it a fruit? Because pumpkin pie is pretty
I think it's a
pretty
vegetable.
delicious.
I
It
think it's a
is.
vegetable.
Yeah, it is. It is squash, right?
It's squash. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you can't like trick kids into like,
Yeah.
yeah, squash. It's a fruit. It's like a banana. It's like, no, it's not.
Right.
It's like it's awful.
Hmm.
But
Right.
as pie, as pumpkin pie, oh my God, that's to die for.
It's
Um,
so good. Pumpkin pie, isn't it? It was
yeah,
Jess's favorite. So always remember pumpkin pie is Jess's favorite. He wanted
yeah.
pumpkin pie even in July when I was,
Oh, well, that's a little
making
too early.
July 4th. Well, he loved it.
Yeah, but it's a little. I mean, just here's your watermelon.
He loved
You're
my
you're
pumpkin
you're good.
pie. He just loved me to make pumpkin pie because Jess Stern was a great metaphysical author. I don't know if everybody knows who he is. And he wrote Soulmates and gosh,
The Sleeping Prophet
The Sleepy Prophet, yeah.
by Edgar
And
Casey.
yeah, Edgar Casey Yoga, Youth and Reincarnation, which was a 1965 bestseller on the New York list. And that he's really brought the Eastern thought into the Western world, I always say, because he was really on it so much earlier than everybody else was. And he was a very humble guy. He didn't take a lot of credit for anything like that, but I can give him credit because you look back on the timeline and it's like, whoa, he was on it. So
Yeah, it's definitely, in that realm of popularizing the
mm,
Eastern thought,
yeah. Yeah,
into
and the Beatles brought
culture.
it into vogue. Yeah. The
Hmm.
Beatles decided, but they weren't paying attention in their own culture because, a lot of Indian philosophy was already in England and they weren't paying attention. But I think that Patty Boyd whispered into George Harrison's ear, that yoga was becoming interesting and in New York and she wanted to go and explore it. And I think that's from there they went to India. Yeah.
I
So
can see
it's
that.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's pretty
Would
interesting
that
stuff.
make like Just Stern like the fifth Beatle?
He's the fifth Beatle.
Would he
I
like
don't know.
that?
We'll be seeing him on the moon. He'll be on there, I can see Jason sending me now from on his Photoshop, sending me Jess on the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Won't be Elvis, it'll be
Uh,
Jess. Jess,
well, he did write an Elvis book.
he did the spirituality of
Oh
Elvis.
my God.
He did.
See
He
how it all comes
did.
around full
It's
circle?
all coming around. It is all coming around. That is hilarious. Oh yeah, that's right. The spirituality of Elvis. It was not one of his most popular books. Yeah,
Well, it
because
was written a little bit more later too.
mm, well,
Like in
it's
the
not
in the
some.
90s.
It wasn't. even that, because I knew all of Elvis's guys, they'd bring me canned pickles and all sorts of canned goods. Yeah. And so and they hung out with Jess there. So it was just really funny to watch all of them. But yeah, this spirituality book, everybody wanted Elvis to be, a singer, and they didn't really think about his spirituality. They just thought of him as, spiritual, period. As far as just in all of our eyes, he was a spiritual being just because he lived and did great music. Nobody really almost cared that, what his religion or what his real thoughts were. I mean, it wasn't something he preached all the time. He
Right.
just offered goodwill. And so Jess wrote out some of the stuff, I guess. And so, I have that book. I don't know if I've read it other than, a long time ago.
Yeah, I read it when it first
Yeah.
came out. I've got a copy of it.
Hmm.
He he
Yeah.
uh he gave me a Jason the Mason like signature. That's
Yeah.
what he inscribed in all of his books,
Right.
right? It's
I
Jason the
know.
Mason.
He had nicknames for us all. Yeah. He was very funny. So anyway, I got for a tarot card for today for the Maybon what is Nine of Cups. And so Nine of Cups is all about yeah, it's a wonderful card, isn't it, Jace?
It's a wish card.
Yeah, it's a wish card. So yeah, as we go into this time where it starts to go dark again, we are to dream. We're to dream and we're to, um, what kind of projects you want to do upcoming, what kind of, uh, we have all the holidays coming. We're supposed to get into the mood of being grateful and happy. We create our own reality. Every moment of our day, we create our reality. So we have to be on it. No more of this being depressed or not including ourselves, not stepping into it. We have to we know that it's going to be joyful, even if it's just joyful for us, doing it for ourselves. Just be joyful because that is contagious. As people love it. People love it when we smile or that we're kind, um, that we say something nice or that we're just in the mood, so definitely try to be in the mood.
Kindness
And
goes a long ways.
oh, kindness goes a long way. Oh, kindness goes a long way. And how I know how kindness goes a long way is I invited this new veterinarian up at the barn that I I uh, I met this new veterinarian, and I invited her and the barn manager so that they wouldn't feel, left out as far as like not knowing anybody like our big family for Thanksgiving one year, long time ago, and it'd be 25 years ago now. And so the fire happened in Malibu where my horses Bella and Lyrica were in it, and and Lyrica was very hurt. She was so hurt that she spent 3 months in the equine hospital. And so um, it all came about because Whitney Cummings, she decided to go up and check on some of the animals up in Malibu. And uh, they called a vet in, and she was one of them that was going around up there with her truck and a horse trailer. And she put my horse into the horse trailer. And she asked, who does this horse belong to one guy that was up there. And he said, I don't know. Oh, Tara is all I know. That's Tara's horse. And she said, Tara, Tara. And she, she didn't have my phone number and she didn't remember my last name, but she remembered that I was a hypnotherapist and a psychic. And so she looked me up on the internet and she called my office line and she said, "Your horse, I may have your horse in the horse hospital." And sure enough, she did. Yeah. So, and I just always think it's just so wonderful of my horse, Lyrica, because she's really getting up there now and in age. And we had a fire the other day, and she doesn't panic. She just waits. And she was like really glad I was with her, but she just waits for me to rescue her out of it, that she's going to be fine. She doesn't harbor any ill will. Like some horses would be really freaked out and they'd like want to run and stuff, but she has just such a sweet personality. Knows that I'll take care of her because I've taken care of her all her life, except that one time she was in that terrible fire. But she knows I was there afterwards. Whew. Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm sure everyone has examples of where,
Kindness.
a
I was
kindness.
kind. I was kind and it came back.
Yeah.
That came back. Because I didn't know her. I didn't use her for a vet, so I didn't know her at all. And yeah, here it is. It was 20 years later, and my kindness came back to me
I just
in a
remember
big
that
way.
when she came to the party, that she dominated the family games afterwards, and I was
Right,
upset with her.
right, I remember that.
So if it was my horse, she wouldn't have saved it, I'm sure. Oh yeah, that Jason, forget this horse. I'm not saving this horse. Remember him being upset about losing
Remember, yeah.
Balderdash.
That was memorable. Yeah, we love Balderdash as a family. I don't know what that says about anybody. Teaching the little kids how to lie. Yeah.
To have fun with words.
Yeah, it was really having fun with words. We really had fun. I mean, I would be hoarse the next day, and sometimes I would lose my voice a couple days in because I would be laughing so hard for so many days. We had so much fun. We'd play as big groups. You know, God, those were really fun. I've been thinking I really want a family Zoom where everybody gets on Zoom and plays Balderdash, but everybody would have to have their own game. I'm trying to think it out, like how it could actually go. But, we haven't had a get together for a while. So I was thinking, yeah, we need a Balderdash. Yeah,
There are always
with our
ways.
cousins. Yeah.
There are always ways,
Yeah. Yeah.
to do things like through, the internet, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it can get tricky, but
No, it gets tricky. It gets tricky on the part where you pick a word from your card because you have the deck too. And so from your card is to give it to everybody except for that person who's not supposed to hear it.
so you would go through your chat, and you could do like the
'Kay.
specific people,
Yeah. And then
and
you block that
minus
one
you block
minus.
the person that's not supposed to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess
Isn't
that,
this like everyone listening can go, oh my God, yeah, we can do this.
right. We could do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I should do it as a fun uh fun night. Anyway.
Maybe for your birthday, it's a
Yeah, for my
birthday
birthday.
request.
That's my birthday party. That would be a good birthday
All
party.
right. Good seeing you.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, the wish card. The wish card, talking to all your friends and family today about what was their favorite summer memories. Because I have so many. I got to eat so much wonderful cheese in France. Stuff like that. Like, oh yeah.
Is
Cheyenne got
France known for
married.
cheese?
Right. Cheyenne got married and it was such a beautiful, amazing ceremony. They did such a good job. I mean, yeah, it just all of it. It was just so much fun. So, I had a really great summer. But I had to put off the traveling because I was in such perpetual motion and I was taking all my clients like wherever I went. But it was just like, okay, wait a minute, Tara, you really have to be home for a while. And so, because I was in such perpetual motion going forward.
Yeah. So
Because I've been invited everywhere since.
with winter, like
Wonderful places.
it's like
Yeah.
setting the stage, but also, it's the again what we call like the darkness, right? That comes up where the
Hmm.
sun, pulls back, it does its thing, so that we go into that season where things start to kind of hibernate and
Yeah.
over a slower period, right? I mean, we're not there yet.
No.
Just because it turns,
Well, it
the
depends
first
on where you
day.
live, because
It,
we were raised in Alaska, so it was dark in December.
well, in December it was, it was all dark,
Well, it it
but
was
it did start to
dark.
get cold though in September,
It was
I mean,
really
where it was
cold.
like 40 degrees, and it's just like, what?
Hmm.
It was like, our heat wave of 70 degrees.
Hmm.
And having to go like into the 30s and all that was like, God, it's just September.
Yeah.
All right. You've like, now I'm having like, my PTSD of like, living in Alaska. So
I mean, I had a great time there.
it's
Yeah.
like pulling the scabs off. It's like,
Yeah. All, all my best friends from there. Yeah. Silly. All our fun cousins up there too. We were talking about them earlier. We were talking about them.
who was?
Yeah. Wasn't it you and I? So me and Amy.
I think it was you and Amy,
Yeah.
our sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think it was me
Oh yeah.
getting all
Oh
the
no,
latest
it was me and Willie.
gossip.
It was me and Willie.
Okay.
Yeah. Me and Willie, because Willie used to say when I was teaching Kelly how to drive, he'd say, because we call her Bun Bun, because her dad was Uncle Bunny. So she was Bun Bun. Anyway, so Willie at 2, no Bun Bun drive, no Bun Bun drive. And everybody of the family, because we had so many family members up there, would go, what? What? What do you mean no Bun Bun drive? You know, and it's like, God, thank God he can't talk much. 'Cause he's gonna tell everybody I'm teaching her how to drive. Like, don't.
Oh, right.
It was really funny. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway.
What's interesting with the cups coming up too, like the three of cups, the nine of cups,
Oh, yeah.
the cups, they not every deck does this, but the cups generally they can represent autumn,
Mm-hmm.
seasonally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the cups, they represent, our emotional self, but also how it is that we connect with others too. And it does feel like it sets the stage to stay connected, as like once the harvest is over, right? It's
Yeah.
like, and then the celebrations, the time of the feasts and all. um these are important times, because it feels like, culturally anyway, it's like there's like the feasting on this end of it, and then kind of the fasting and all that kind of on the other end of the
Mm-hmm.
calendar, like in the winter months and stuff like that, until the spring, and when the growth and all that, when that resumes. It's it's pretty interesting how, like, cyclically, um we get into these uh like celebration modes, that it's like, okay, the autumn is kind of like heavy, like feasting, and in celebration.
Hmm. Right. I had a real shamanic dream 2 days ago. So
Hmm.
I'm usually 2 days out when I dream. So it's today that it kind of comes into fruition, and maybe it has something to do with Mabon. But it was about a feast and a lot of people coming together, but it was in India. And it had there was a Buddhist monk there, and I know that the Buddhist monks are sometimes there in some parts of India. And there was somebody coming in, and maybe it was Siam, because I dream about Siam all the time, old Siam, which is now
Thailand.
no, it's behind Thailand. Um it's behind oh well, I don't know. I have to it starts with a B. Anyway,
Burma.
Burma. Burma. Anyway, I usually dream about old Siam. And so maybe it's old Siam actually, because there was somebody dressed in maroon with a kind of a hat on, and then it was uh, in the front of this entourage was a Buddhist monk, and it was kind of a ceremony coming in into this big place where all these people were.
Hmm.
And it was just really interesting. And the monk was blessing everyone as they came around. So it was just really interesting that I was blessed and so many people were blessed. Even Cheyenne and Alex were there in my dream and they got blessed. So it's just all these blessings. I thought, wow, this is so interesting. Yeah. So I woke up, with this beautiful shamanic dream, but I haven't really deciphered it all the way yet. But yeah. Yeah, it was probably Siam if I think about it. Yeah, old Siam, Burma. Thank you, Jason, for being my brain. He's a good brain anyway. I have to, I could brag.
Yeah, except my brain had a dream where I had a meeting scheduled with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I was went up to his house, and it's like the front gate is open, it's propped open, so I walked through, but there was another gate, and there was like a guard or someone kind of watching that, and then they were like they ran my name through a list, and it was like, well, it's like it seems like you like are on this list for like being a troublemaker or something from the last time you were here.
Hmm.
And in my dream I was thinking, oh yeah, like the last time I was here there was like some kind of like scuffle that someone started, but I wasn't involved, but they put my name, I was just kind of there, and so my name got on the list, and so it was kind of I'm like I was like banned from coming in to see the great Arnold, you know.
Because you weren't on the list.
Because
So
well,
you're
I
afraid
was
of
on the
not being
wrong
on the
list.
list.
I was on the naughty list as opposed to the nice list. So,
Oh,
you know, it's
interesting.
like
Hmm.
it was that's where my brain went this morning. So
That's
so
really funny.
there's no Jason here on the property. It's like you get out.
Yeah, really. They didn't want the wizard.
Go back to California.
Wasn't he in California?
Yeah, probably. It's just
We got to decipher that one too, Jason. Anyway, yeah.
I don't know. I don't
Where
know.
does that lead? Well, happy Mabon, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy fall equinox, autumn. It has come. So, Jason, where can they find you?
My website, Jason D. McKean, MC. Excuse me.
Okay.
I need some water. It's
Okay.
that dream
Is that
upset me.
drink? So start over, please. Yeah.
Okay, take two. Jason D. McKean, Jason D as in Dragon Lord. McKean, McKean.com. And on Facebook, Jason D. McKean, and on Instagram, Jason Tarot Wizard.
Yes.
I just got a new hat.
You did?
It's that hashtag wizard on the
Mm,
on the crown there in the front,
mm.
baseball hat.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
take that, Arnold. Hashtag
Right.
wizard.
Hashtag wizard.
How,
Anyway,
how about where can people find you, Tara?
well, let's see. I've been changing things around for me,
Mm.
and I decided to get another phone number. So you can call that at 310 um, 303 8188. And for the horse sessions, the horse therapy, and also any sort of hypnotherapy. And if you want to text all the prices, we can do that. And also, psychic readings, of course, a half an hour, an hour. And uh, yeah, and then there's lots hypnothesia. We do hypnothesia too. I do it with an MD, and he's fabulous. And we put you under into a light. I think they call it twilight, and then or a little light sleep, and then I give you suggestions. So if you really can't do things sometimes, uh, like success, get over your blocks or whatever these blocks are that you have in your life, I can help with giving you those suggestions. Also, you can Tara appointment at gmail.com. You can get me on all social media, Tara Sutphen, Sutphen, Tara Sutphen, and my Instagram is Tara_insight, but I'm on everything. Tara Sutphen. You can find me around on X and Twitter. Oh, the old Twitter, and TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I have lots of Facebook pages because I ran into being at 5,000 in 2009. So I have two, and then the other pages. But as this one is like the fourth page or something. So that we put this podcast on.
You
So.
do have like dance videos up on like TikTok?
No, I don't have dance thons. I should. I should have dance thons, but
I
I'm
should
not a
I should
dancer.
I
You
should.
should. You should.
All
Definitely
right.
you should. Yeah. Yeah. So, anyway, happy, beautiful fall equinox. Thank you for being on the show, Jason.
Thank
I
you.
love
Thank you,
you.
Tara. I love you too. Happy autumn to everyone.
Mhm. Okay. Blessings, everybody. Okay.